you've done a few of these. Is it all that you thought it was going to be? Because you had some high hopes for yourself, and I think it worked out pretty well. That's just me, though.
Man, I feel great. I feel amazing.
Yeah.
Just every time this is the third time I did it, and like seeing the support that's here, it's like literally like amazing to me. Like I would have never thought people like me like this. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing to me, and I have a great spiritual teacher and director, and a spiritual family, and a family by blood. You know, and I'm just in awe. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, every time I do it, it's surreal. Always surreal to me.
It's. I mean, I don't. How many people know this guy like personally? I'll be a little biased, but you know, I don't. So I came across this cat just kind of randomly. You know, we were in parole. No. But I knew that there was like something that you had. Like you were looking at your comedy, your acting, your musical talent, which I didn't even know. Like that's crazy because that's.
Yeah, I didn't know either because I was very insecure about it. So.
Really, were you?
Oh, of course.
Like you've been doing this for the musical part of it.
The musical part was singing in the shower and in the room. It was never on stage until I met her.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You should sing.
You should do that.
You should. You got a voice. Do it." And then
Good
little by little. And she was. All she does is bring everything out of you. Right. She always says everything's already inside you. So all she does is bring it out.
Yeah.
So she helped me tremendously with getting confidence in my voice, and also another person, Liana, who's a singer, and she helped me too.
Right.
You know, everything was a journey with this.
And the auto-tune, shout out. No. No, it's dope. It's really, it's raw. You know what I mean? And I think that's what that's what I like. Like I said, not knowing you from really, you know, kind of like a hole in the wall. And now I know you, but you know, to feel that rawness is important. And so Guru, let me. First of all, Guru Enlightenment, you almost sound like the name is crazy because it's like a Jennifer Aniston movie. It's like an island. You know, but you live up to the moniker because you are, you know, very, it sounds like, just by knowing you from, you know, what people say about you, that you're really finding a way to, what he said, bring out the best in somebody. How difficult is that for someone in general for what you do, and how different was it for this guy?
Well, he's spiritual wind. That's how we called him. That's his spiritual name.
Okay.
But he was, Wind was ready. He was really ready to learn and to grow.
Right.
And yes, do I get people that hold their balls in their mouth?
Right.
You know, of course. Cheese small, and you know that thing, or women think that they know.
I love how proper you are.
I'm very real and raw.
Nothing wrong with that.
But it's you know, if there's students that make it easy for me, and there's students that fight me. You know,
right?
Because it's like, who are you to tell me all this time that I live this way? That it's not about being right or wrong.
Right.
It's about finding your journey, your path, just to become better than what you are.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most beautiful thing.
What was it about his background, his story, what he was trying to get out of his soul, or just, you know, what?
Well, one of the things that he mentioned in a way was that he had difficulties with his mother.
Yeah.
And I told him that his mother, you know, every mother loves their child, of course. But, you know, as mothers, it's sometimes a child needs more love, other needs less, the other ones needs a whole lot. And she loves him, you know, but he couldn't understand the love that she had for him.
Right.
So I had to explain to him that her love is love. It's not going to be the way you want it, because that's not who she is.
Right.
She's an individual. That's who she is, but she loves you.
Right.
So if she nags you and she criticizes you and she gets to, it's because she loves you. She wants the best for you.
Right.
You know, so he started to take, you know, like I would tell him that what you take negative from her, make it into positive.
Right. Right.
You know, but he, like I said, he's a great student. I mean, he wanted to, you know, do his show, and I told him, well, stop talking about it and let you do it.
Rick's a good guy.
But listen, but this is what you said. You said in your show, you said that you had the impression that you had to. I'm trying to remember the line you had. You said a good line, and of course I'm not remembering.
Oh, kill your baby, something like that. Like,
well, the Killer Babies was amazing. We talked about it offline. So let me ask you about that, the process of putting together the show, because a lot of people, you do it very flawlessly. It comes across very good and, you know, very well practiced and rehearsed. But not even practiced and rehearsed, very naturally. But you told me before the whole thing began, this was like a 19-hour-long thing.
Oh, yeah. In the beginning, we would have been here for like 2 months.
Welcome to part 17 of Naked Truth again.
Yeah, because, you know, I had a lot of things that I had. She'll tell you I talk a lot, so the sessions ends like 3 hours and shit like that. So I had to let everything out that I had to say on paper. And then it was like I went with Victor, my spiritual brother, and we was literally at camping, and he was there for like 4 hours. He was like, that's good, that's good. It's not done? And I had to learn to get everything out and then cut it into an hour show. Because a lot of those things were for me to let out, and then I had to put it together for the show. You guys didn't have to know every little thing, because I was like, oh, and then I was 2 years old, right? And then my mom didn't give me the bottle when I was crying. There's no need for that. Like, no one needs to know all that. So, and then, but in the beginning though too, before I started writing, I talked about it. Most of us always talk about what we want to do, And she said, you make so many fucking excuses. Fucking right. Right. And then after that, the rest was history. I started 1 hour, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and 30 minutes writing.
Yeah.
And then, that was the whole thing.
Are you still tweaking it?
Yeah, every now and then, just very little. Like, very little, I add something here, But the beauty of it is that I know the whole show, but at times I may change a little bit of words because I'm in the moment. I have to go back to those places again.
Now, you talk about your family, you bring out some, I guess we call it dirty laundry. Yeah, your dirty laundry a little bit, but it comes from a good place. Like you said to me in the beginning, you said, wait till you hear the whole thing, and at the end you know that everything I brought out wasn't for negativity, wasn't for bad, wasn't for getting back at somebody.
Exactly.
It's really to just show your own journey, your own progress. How many family members are still mad at you?
What's so funny? When my biggest fear wasn't to perform with people. The biggest fear was to say the things that I wanted to say in front of my family. Because at the end of the day, I didn't want them to feel that I'm bashing them. I want them to realize it's coming from a good place. So just stay with me from the beginning to the end. Because if I say something about my mom, I didn't want my mom to be like, oh my God, he said that? Get the fuck out of here. I'm leaving it. And it's just like, the show was great. Well, how the fuck you going to say that? I didn't want that. Yeah. And she wouldn't give me the answer that I want. Are they going to get it? Are they going to? If they do, they do. They don't, they don't. You're on stage for you. This is for you. And then when I finally got off the stage, the second time I did it, me and my brother and my mother, we hugged and we cried. And, I said, I hope that you guys understand what I was trying to do and to release. And then my brother said, I got the message. And then my mom was crying, and then she says, I love you. Kick your fucking ass. And then today, which I'm going to find out, my sister right there, who I dedicated the show today to her. I hope she loved it because, to be honest, being open, we haven't spiritually talked in such a long time. And what I mean by that, I closed myself off from everyone. And me and my sister were very close for a long time. And I was just getting angry at everyone. So now we started talking again. Yeah. But now seeing the show, she finally saw, I was finally talking, and she finally saw everything that I had inside. Yeah. And I was like, I hope she gets it too, because it helped my family and helped me. Right. So that's what I wanted today.
And I think part of the show was, part of the, why you did this was to learn to understand through your guidance, what your mother was, her position. Because until you're not, until you're a parent, you don't really know what it's like to, to care for someone. But also so that people in your family and maybe people who could relate, because I don't know, like, I'm not in your family, but I can see some things between, my pain in the ass mother. And so it's kind of a dual purpose, like to let people know how you felt at the same time. One of the things I like, and I want to talk, because you directed the show and kind of put it together and piece it together, just for anyone who's interested in the process of the whole thing. I love how you get deep and then you smack it with some laughs. And then as soon as we're laughing, you're like, And then we feel bad. You know, you're making us feel like all the feels.
Emotional roller coaster.
Yeah. And like, so how purposeful was that? But also, how much does that tie into like how you live life? Was it like always every time something was great, you were like, I'm feeling good, and then all of a sudden?
Yeah, I mean,
we all go through that.
Yeah, I feel like the journey that you saw here for 1 hour is a journey that everyone's been through.
Yeah.
But then it's a story that everyone can relate to, whether it's your dad, whether it's your mother. And life is a roller coaster at times. You have great moments, you have bad moments. It's about understanding it and finding a solution to it. Because we all have problems. But do we want to work out of that problem and find a solution? That's when we become lazy.
Right.
And I had to take full responsibility and look in that fucking mirror, which was hard.
The mirror exercise.
Because she tells us too, when she first started doing it, she had troubles doing it. But every day now she does it. And to be honest, to me to be this machismo guy that said that I still don't struggle with the mirror, I'll be fucking lying to you. I still struggle with that mirror at times, to be not honest with myself, because I'm at a place I could be honest, but just to take that moment and say, I gotta be honest now. You know, we don't want to face those things.
You don't always like what the mirror's saying back.
Exactly, because it would, like she says, it would never lie to you.
Right.
And if you're bullshitting it, I guarantee you that reflection's gonna be like, okay, motherfucker.
Right.
Sure.
Right. I try to suck in my stomach.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna. I'm your mirror, and I see it's not working.
It's not an iPhone.
But you know, it's so true what Wynn says, is that we all have issues. And some of us choose to deal with it, some of us don't. Some of us rather stay and play victim and not face it and blame everybody and not take responsibility. I mean, we're all in fault in something in our life, but we have to take responsibility for it. And it's like what he says, we live in a roller coaster. Because for me to tell my students that once they get themselves together, they're going to be happy for the rest of their life, that's a lie.
Sure.
But they will be happy more because they have learned to deal with issues. Like I tell my students, when you have a problem, you need to learn how to deal with it no more than today and tomorrow. You got 2 days. That's it. That's it. And you'll find a solution if you give yourself time. You get answers putting a radio on, reading a newspaper, talking to a stranger. Somebody will give you some kind of message. Dreams, messages comes in dreams. You're aware of these things. So you do get answers. But we're so close-minded that all we do is put too much energy into that world. And we forget as human beings that all human beings are geniuses. You are all geniuses. You carry so much knowledge and wisdom already because you lived in this life. This is not your first time. You lived in your life so many times that you carry all those wisdom and knowledge. And you're very gifted, you know, and you have all the tools you need. So we feel that we have to step out that line to get for somebody to support us or someone to give us help. When in reality, the first one that should do it is yourself. And when Wynn chose to take that step, you know, he did it for him. He didn't do it for anybody, not for me or anybody. And as he took his steps, he started to realize the truth within him. Because I tell my students, you're not here to believe in me, because I know who I am and what I am. That's not your job. Your job is to believe in you and to find your true self. You know what I'm saying? But I have to give a lot of credit. I mean, he did it. I didn't do anything. He did it. You know what I'm saying? I have a difficult job at times, but I opened that door. But if he chose to take it, that was his choice. So everything that has happened here, Wynn did it. He did it.
I'd like to open up. I just want to say, ask one more thing. I guess that's curious, you know, for myself. You know, what would be the next kind of step for you? What are you trying to, you know, aspire to with this show, with other things you're doing?
I'm gonna keep doing it, and I'll let you guys know when that's gonna happen. And you know, I can reveal a little bit, but we spoke that there's gonna be a part 2, a continuation of it, because this is an ongoing journey.
Am I in that one?
Maybe. Fix your stomach. Fix your stomach. ongoing journey, so I want to add more stuff to it in my life that I'm still facing and still going through. So that's the next plans, is to the naked, still naked.
The bikini.
Yeah.
So listen, I mean, I would love to. Anyone have any questions? Speak now or forever. Pose a piece. That's a wedding.
Sure.
How long did it take you? I know you're the writer and the producer, so applaud to that.
Well, writer and performer, the producer is Victor, Guru is the director, so I was writer.
Right, okay. How long did it take you to write this? And the second part of the question is, what was the final impetus? You said, it was taking a long time. What was the final impetus that caused you to say, okay, I'm going to do this now?
Okay. It took me about 2 years to get it to where it needs to be. The writing, this doing the songs, and about 2 years. What happened was I was feeling, I kept on, I'm very spiritual, so I get these voices inside my head, which is my voice. And I kept on seeing flashes of the show. I kept on hearing, you should do it like this, you should do it like that, you should do it like this. I kept on hearing it and hearing it and hearing it, and it was suffocating me. So when I finally was talking to her about it, and that's when she said, you need to stop making fucking excuses and just write. So I couldn't deal with all that pressure anymore, and I said, all right, whatever, I'm just gonna start writing. So between me hearing these voices all the damn time, do it, and then seeing her nip it in the butt to give me that push, that's what it took. Because I had no choice. I had to do it, because it was always those voices you have in your head. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna keep on. It's just spirit telling you, but it's gonna keep on happening. I couldn't deal with it anymore. Going to work, I'm like, oh yo, you should do this. Then my boss was like, you should do this order. I'm like, but I gotta do this show. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, funny. Yeah. So yeah.
Do you think of maybe recording a CD that accompanies the show? Because the music is just
amazing. There's definitely, thank you though. There's definitely plans to shoot the show when it's ready to be shot with the whole full thing with the part 2.
Right.
And people are asking me too, like, what these songs, are you gonna put them on CD? What are you doing with them? It's just for the show. So yeah, I would love to record them, and once it's ready, you have the DVD and the CD of the songs. I would love to do that. So, yeah.
Perfect.
One of the hardest things I know, as far as when you're focusing on the journey like that, is dealing with distractions and staying focused on what you gotta do. And I know you're busy guy, you have a lot of pressure. How do you manage to just stay the course, and when something will distract you, you'll be like, nah, I need to get back.
Well, ask yourself what's important. Are you going to shut down your dreams to go get drunk? Are you going to shut down your dreams to fucking, listen to your negative friends? Is that more important than your dreams and what you want to be? You know what I'm saying? So after a while, I was not cutting off friends, but spiritually, it was like, get out of here, he's not deserving your life. He doesn't deserve your life. That happens to anyone. You don't gotta be spiritual to be like, you stop, what happened to Mike? Oh shit, Mike died. Where? What happened to Stacy? Stacy, I don't know, she just moved. And he's like, God damn, I was so close to them. You know what I'm saying? So you start noticing things. But you gotta ask yourself, what's fucking important right now to you? Is it family? Is it this? Is it that? Is it society telling you to be something else? Or do you want to do it? Do you want to see yourself on that stage or whatever, you're being an artist, whatever you want to do? Fucking do it and stop making excuses. It's hard, of course. But it's also hard and easy to fucking get drunk every fucking day and then go to and then wake up and, oh, I'm so drunk, or a party. How many you need every day? When are you gonna start feeling happy? Because I guarantee you, doing the same thing every day, you're gonna get tired and miserable, and you're not going to be happy. So would you rather be miserable, or do you want to go after your dreams and goals and be happy? I think it's pretty fucking easy. But we make it hard. Anything else? Nobody else?
Any questions?
No, then we could all take selfies out there and it'd be great.
When do we find out when's your next show? How do we find out?
Oh, thank you for reminding that. I got things to write your emails down, and you'll be part of the Naked Truth email list. You won't get dick pics and naked pics. love for everyone to write your email down so then you'll get posted on the information when I'm doing it again and all that stuff. So, once again, real quick to end, I want to thank everyone here tonight that allowed themselves to be open, because you guys felt what I was feeling, and it takes a lot of courage to do that. Because a lot of people come to theaters and they're not ready to be open or to face things. And a lot of people here, I felt the energy, I felt some people crying, and that is a gift for me. Because just because I came here open, you guys came here open, and together we made this even beautiful. And I humble myself, and I'm very grateful for you guys tonight and for doing that. Thank you.
Yeah.